Alright, welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. Hi y'all on a Monday evening. And Monday evening, yes, working a Monday night shift tonight. This is my week of nights. Should have been my weekend off, but we all know how that goes. And just to let you in on the secret, no, I did not have the weekend off. But anyway, sorry about the lack of videos. It's been a very busy few weeks. I don't remember if I've done a video, but but I've been helping with some special coverage at another place. A lot of the people where I work, when the manager here in town, what we call a client manager, needs extra help, we have people call and say, hey, I need a guard for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Something happened. I need a guard in here for a little while. Well, you can't really hire people for that, right? So what you do is you charge people enough to pay the overtime, and you pull people from other sites on their days off. And we do that a good bit at the post where I'm at, because usually you need armed people for that. And we have some of those running around. Well, anyway, what I've been doing. So last week was a 75-hour week. This week is online to be about a 65-hour week. So it's, staying busy. So anyway, I was going through Dollar General today, picking up a few things, which in itself is not unusual. And I worked an extra shift yesterday, which was Sunday. I got off last night. I came home. I was actually able to sleep overnight. I'm popping in awake. Got a little good dark roast coffee going here. And anyway, I was at the Dollar General, and I walked by, and they had Edge in one of their little end cap type sales things. You know, I don't remember the last time, because usually if I'm going to use goo, and I realize that this is gel, I get it. It's in a can. It's goo. Just like the foam stuff is goo, canned goo. But usually I use Barbasol, the foam Barbasol, because I think that's best, and it's some of the oldest and all good stuff, and it's the Barbasol brand. And anyway, so but come to find out, Edge is the original gel, and it's actually made in the United Kingdom. Two things that I didn't really realize until I read the can a little while ago. So what I was remembering somewhere back in my mind, it seemed like you could put the gel on it and take a brush and actually make a lather out of it. And I was gonna try that and see, because I know that there's people that, and another question gets to be, so if you're only gonna do part of the right stuff, are you just gonna use the right soap and then use an unmentionable razor, or do you use a good, or do you use a regular razor and good, whatever, the goo and a real razor. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the goo, and we're going to use a brush. I've got a silver tip badger that I reknotted. I think it's the first brush I ever reknotted, and I still got it. And we're going to use that after we get the goo on here and see if it'll make anything like a lather. This is Monday, so we're going to do Micromatic Monday, and we're actually using a Micromatic, a brass one to be exact. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to see how it does, and we're going to finish up with Lustre Spice, the good stuff, this stuff, Lustre Spice. Yes, that's what we're going to do. Now, Lustre Spice smells nothing like Old Spice. It's not what it's trying to do. Wouldn't bother me if it did. Ooh. I just squirted shave gel all over the wall over there, because I don't know what that was exactly. But anyway, that's what I just did. The way it goes on, it turns into a foam on its own. Yeah. I still think I'm going to try it with a brush, just because that's what I planned on doing. But anyway, and again, this is Edge gel. It's made in the United Kingdom. That's what it says on the can. All I know is what's on the can. But I don't know. Do we even need to try it with a brush? It looks like it's got a pretty good... Yeah, I am. Just because that's what I do. Now, someone used to tell me, it was in one of the shave forums I used to chat in before I got kicked out, that they would put Barbasol in like a bowl, and they would drizzle some water on it and punch it down with a brush, and it made it all better. And yeah, whatever. I don't think so. But anyway, that's what they said, and it was someone that knew what they were talking about. All right. That's nice, actually. It feels like a regular old shave cream. Now, to me, it's better just because you're actually, rubbing around and getting it all worked down on the whiskers and Getting that little motion on the skin edge. Put a little water in with it. A little dry feeling. So right off, I kind of noticed that, you know, if I were traveling and this is the soap that I had and I still had a brush, what I probably should have done was try this with a synthetic brush, but I just cannot get on the synthetic bandwagon. I thought I was. I really did. All right, so now we got the micromatic. Now remember, there's no need to say open comb micromatic. Micromatics are open comb. The clog proof and the bullet tip are not. Keep that in mind. All righty, so it's a brand new treat blade also. Some I bought out of the, they're in the little 10 blade vault there. Well, I can tell you that the shave feels fine. There's plenty of slickness there. So my question I posed earlier, and I mixed it all up in my head, is it's better to use a real razor with goo, or is it better to use a real soap and brush and a modern unmentionable? So I don't know, because you know it's easier, especially younger people seem to be really leery of real razors and the learning curve and everything. So if you could get them started just on using a good soap, how much would that help, you think, their shaving? And then you could later on get them into you know, the real razor. Because we all know that it's really not that big a deal. Hey, work's calling. Don't have to wait a minute. We all know that it's really not that big a deal using the real razors. Now look at here, we're going to be able to go back and use this just like a regular old thing. Yeah. Because remember, especially when you're coming back on the second round, you're not making buttercream, folks. We're not icing a cake. There's no need for buttercream. But anyway. So using the gel like this, I don't know for sure that using the brush is helping. Because I didn't do anything for a control group. And probably not going to. This can of gel goo sit around for a while now without being used again, but this is over a day's growth. Just because of the time when I had shaved before the shifts over the weekend. But it's doing a good enough job. Personally, I think the razor and the technique on your razor is more important than your lathering skills. I've said that before. As long as your lather, it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as your lather has got the slickness and it's going to help keep the cuttings away, I think it's great. I know people used to, they would absolutely obsess on their lathering skills. And I'm not saying it's not good to be able to make lather. You need good lather, but building a mountain-sized pile of lather in a mug to shave with, I don't think is important as having your razor skills down. Something everybody can comment also. Also, I was going to mention that if there's anything you want me to discuss or any questions you have that I might be able to answer, there's a couple of ways to do it. One, you can sign up at Toast. That's TOST3.com. That's a nice little forum. It's for unmentionables only. Don't be asking questions about, or it's for mentionables only. Don't be asking questions about double edge or straight razors or anything like that. They're unmentionable. But if you got a lathering question or something like that, or if you want to know something about, you know, double and single edge razors, you can do that. Or you can ask a question in the comment section here. If there's something you want me to comment on in a video, something you want me to discuss in a video, you want to know what I think about something, whatever. feel free to articulate that. And remember though, when you ask a question, you're probably going to get my answer, and don't ask a question thinking you're just going to get your answer. Or your answer might not be my answer, and you're going to get my answer. So if you want to know what I think about something, feel free to ask. But put on your big boy pants and don't get everything all twisted if the answer ain't what you expect. Is all I'm saying. All right. Man, it ended up being a good shave. It's as close a shave. The goo there is plenty slick. And so what's more important? The goo, the lather, or your razor techniques? Now I know it all goes as a team, but let me throw this out there at you. You can use hot water, or probably even cold water. Get your face good and wet, and with a good blade, you can shave and get a good shave out of it. I've done shaves with just witch hazel, and there's no lather there. So that's kind of what why I say the lather skill is secondary to your razor technique. That's the way I think about it. You might not think the same way, and that's all right. But that's my theory. By golly gum. All right, so look at there. You might not be able to tell, and you can't feel it, but that was a nice little shave. Let's put on a little bit of the luster here and see how much of a sting we get. Got a little bit extra stingy feel like right under there, but it's already gone away. It ain't nothing to worry about. So I think all in all, that wasn't that bad at all. Would it have been just as good a shave if I wouldn't have used the brush? Maybe, probably. Do I feel better about it because I used the brush? Absolutely. Absolutely. But that's what I got for tonight. Remember, if you want to know my thoughts on something, whatever, feel free to ask. Send me an email. wchnu.toast3@gmail.com gets me. And that's watchingyou.toast3@gmail.com. All right, y'all have a great day. Whoever you are, wherever, or whatever you're doing, I'm going to get out of here, and you go do your thing, and happy shaves to you.